Blogspot is awesome. Get your website made in under 45 minutes with Blogspot. Now, you might be wondering, why do I refer to it as Blogspot instead of Blogger? Well, there are reasons, but mostly it's because I'm an old curmudgeon and I really enjoy the way it used to be called. But first, we're not going to even mention Blogspot or go to Blogger. We're going to start at Google Domains. So go to a browser, type in domains.google.com/registrar. Now here, we're going to see a search field where we can find our website. And why do we start here? Well, quite simply because this is the place to get your website. But hold on a second. I've jumped in a little bit, maybe a little bit too quickly. Let's jump back a little bit and talk a little bit about the scope of what you're going to learn. In this module and throughout this course, you're going to learn how to get your website created from start to finish and publish in the next 45 minutes using Blogspot and other free tools from Google. But we start with Google Domains so that you can register your website, your URL, and then instantly jump into these tools without having to do any kind of fancy DNS, name server addition, or anything that might require any degree of programming or any degree of text input. You're just going to click through until you can get to these graphical tools and you can adjust things from there. So if you're worried about having any kind of programming background at all, don't worry about that. If you do have a programming background, this will be even better for you. But for those of the rest of us that don't, fear not. So let's start here at Google Domains, and let's just say, for example, that I want something that reflects my personality here in Austin, Texas. And let's just say I want the price to be right, and I don't know, I want a phone. So Austin Free Phone it is. AustinFreePhone.com. Look, it's available for $12 a year. Freephone.net, also $12 a year. AustinFreePhone.org. Oh, hey, wait a second. Looks like I already bought that one. So clearly I'm just using this as a demonstration. Under my domains, there it is, AustinFreePhone.org. Sure enough, but I also have TexasFreePhone.org. You might be wondering, hey, Seth, why were you working on those? Well, they were information products, a bit of an experiment that I was doing with a friend of mine. But here's the proof of concept. TexasFreePhone.org, as you can see, is an info site right here, very simply laid out. But most people, when they look at it, they ask, hey, did you do that in WordPress, or did you use did you use a Joomla website, or is it something else? And I can very confidently say, nope, I didn't have to do any programming at all. But there it is, from top to bottom right there, the fave icon at the very top, all the way down to the copyright info at the very bottom. All of that looks very cleanly laid out, and it's very responsive. It's kind of the biggest thing. And it renders very nicely on a phone, on a smart screen, or a smartphone screen. So I'm going to close that down. I'm going to look over here. I think looks like we don't need to add a website here, but Google Domains, again, the thing I love about this service, and the reason that I'm showing it to you, is because it's so intuitive. Right here, it knows that I haven't linked this Austin Free Phone URL to a website yet. So when I click on that plus there, it's going to pop open some options. Look at that. Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, Weebly. These are all great options. They're all really, really great. They're paid services, but they're worth every penny if you know that you need them. But I'll be the first to say, I don't think that I need them, and I'll show you why. For the same reason that I had TexasFreePhone.org using Blogger, that's why I'm going to have AustinFreePhone.org using Blogger. It's very possible that you, like me, are creating information products or creating content marketing where you don't need a fancy-looking website for a gallery. And even if you did need a fancy-looking website for a gallery, there are ways to do that with Blogger. Before we move forward here, I'll just show you as another proof of concept. Here's Savant Studios. This is my professional site. You might have a hard time seeing this chevron. It's very, very light. So in the screen recording, it might not show up very well. But hey, look. Hi, my name is Seth. And I click on this chevron. Boom, smooth scrolling down. Smooth scrolling down. There's my blog. Cool stuff there. Smooth scrolling back up, smooth scrolling to the top of the page. It's all just really very smooth, and it looks really very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and click through out of there. But guess what? Savant Studios also hosted on Blogger. people are always mind blown when they see it and then they discover that I'm using a Blogspot site. I'm not using WordPress. I'm not using Wix or Weebly. That's hosted for free. Now, Shopify and Squarespace, those make a lot of sense if you're going into e-commerce. It's very possible that you need some of the functionality that they offer, and that's very turnkey. So I don't blame you if that's the way you want to go. But I think it's probably easiest if we just stick with Blogger. So we can browse the themes or we can just jump right in. I say we jump right in. Now, we could also connect an existing blog. Maybe you're already a longtime blogger and you use Blogspot. Maybe you've already done some transfers from other blogs into a Blogspot blog. That is to say, you've exported all of your posts and you've exported all of your comments and you've just re-imported those into Blogger and now you're just connecting. That's fine. But I think let's just create from scratch, shall we? So here, austinfreephone.org, it automatically populates that for me, and it's going to figure that out. Of course, that blog address is available Google. I just bought it. I own that. So title, austinfreephone.org. Why don't we call it Philly cheesesteak.org? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then down here at our template, we could go with simple, dynamic views, picture window. There are several different basic templates that Google offers here, and each one kind of has its own unique qualities. I'm going to say that to start, let's just use Awesome Ink, and it'll be much easier down the line. You'll see why as we go. But this is just the base template, and you might be wondering, okay, well, didn't seem like there were all that many template options, Seth, or all that many themes, Seth. What are we going to do down the line when I want to customize things, Seth? Well, I'll show you, so calm down. First things first. Now we've got the template, we kind of need to customize that a little bit by going through our tools on the left-hand side. That column is all the tools and all the admin tools. Towards the bottom where it says template, we're going to click that open. And now you can see got many more options. So with each one of these templates comes an individual theme. See all those different themes for each one of them? Now, Awesome Ink down here, look at that. There are at least, 6 different themes that work with that template. We could stick with white, and I think that's probably the best option for today because we're going with an information site. That's what we're going to be building, or a content site. And phillycheesesteak.org will make our site about Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, obviously. What else would it be about? Free phones in Austin? No. So this is just kind of an example right here. It's going to show us. We can customize it further here, but I think I'd rather show you the way the rest of this admin or the rest of the dashboard here looks. So here at the dashboard, we could edit the HTML. Let's jump into there. Oh my gosh! I didn't choose the thug life. The thug life chose me, you say, as you look at all this code. This is why we all chose liberal arts in college. So I'm not going to say this is scary because it's not scary, but it's something that I don't understand. And dollars to donuts, you don't either. So that's why we're going to leave this alone. But if you did, you could go back and you could do some low-level tweaks there. You could really, really get your hands dirty. Instead, we're going to click on Customize here. And that's okay. There's no penalty for clicking on Customize.